And usually when I start the adults class, I talk about a few things just to take your mind to something else before I actually get into the topic for the day. Last week I spoke about time, how much time people use to sleep, how much time people even use for getting to the toilet, how much time people use in eating, how much time people use at the work. So when you get to my YouTube channel, Mr. Smooth's Adults Class, there's a video there that shows you how you manage your time. And then I said that I was going to show you how you can squeeze part of the time you use in sleeping, part of the time you use in doing other things, into making some money. But before then, you need to know how much money you waste, how much money you spend. Let me be modest here. How much money you spend on certain activities. But before I get in there, let me ask you these questions. There are 10 questions that are worth asking yourself. You need to ask yourself these questions. The first one, or the first question, is, how will your life be when you are 70 years old? Right now, you are a young person. You will not think of it, but I am asking you that. Remember that everything that you do today, whatever activities that you engage yourself in today, you are preparing your life towards that 65, 70 years. And what you do today will determine what that age is going to be like. But the question I'm asking you here is, how would you want your life to be like by age 65? Ask yourself that question. Write these questions down. Keep them. Think about them. And each day, as you go on with your activities, ask yourself these questions. The next question is, what will be the source of your income after you go on retirement? Remember that when you are in retirement, you are getting a quarter of what you are earning now. So when you are 65, when you are 70 years, what are you going to depend on? Are you just going to depend on the money that you have or have kept while working? Or you're just going to depend on your pension? Ask yourself this question. Write this question down as well. Next, where will you stay after retirement? Have you built a house? Are you renting a house? Are you thinking of renting a house? Or are you thinking of building a house? Think about it now. You need to plan those things now. Anyone who is serious about his future won't take these things lightly. Because if you take it lightly, it will hit you like a storm. You would disappoint yourself when you have no more energy and no more time to struggle to make it. This is the time to start making those necessary moves. The next question you need to ask yourself is, if your children fail to take care of you after age 75, age 80, what will you feed on? What investments are you putting in place now? What are you doing now so that by the time you hit that age, you will not be found wanting? Let me say it again. If you take what I'm saying for granted, you will regret it. Next, how much savings, how many sources of income are you creating to secure yourself by age 70? And how secured is the investment that you are making today? Mama can brofu pin in there. Menyo ko ensem besebia or se or fata no hia pa de or de bisa ho. First one here, say age 70 abrabo pen na pede bo. Epede wa abrabon okọ den or a dead home in there. A ya frobo, a penino, you still have the opportunity to plan. You still have the opportunity to plan. Now, me say, be say there, say age 70 and 65 for retirement. And he found a binyesika at that show. A betchen my pay, I got online at the pension pay, another a BCC up from in there. The next one, the woman say, when see ye, when you know ye, to the miss my own engineer to me show my men up pay. Kai, one must go to my yard now. No woman into my yard, a bed in easy, a bed and I show home. And him fa in the ACC, wide dream with there, a retirement at Ebertina. A behead then, another a resident, another a resident. General home, and because I'm general why. Oh, yeah, dana, set us in good easy. The memory no baba. No matter what you do, that time would come. Na abba shishe, abba savings na area towards that time. How secured is the savings that you are doing? And a Mary and also, or there sure there, baby a usike free ban on free far. Next, what assets do you have now that can create income for you when you are unable to do active work? Yes, you need to think about that one too. Now, what will you do if you should lose your job today? What are the alternative plans? Are you thinking about it? Do you have any arrangements for that if you should lose your job today? What will you do? What skills do you have? What jobs can you create with ideas that comes into your head? This is the time to think about it. Now, what legacy are you going to leave for your children and your children's children? Are you thinking about that? You should think about that. And then also, to what extent are you going to make a difference, an impact to this world that we live in? How are you going to impact this world that we live in? You need to think about it too. Then, how are you preparing for the day that if you die, how are you going to prepare to meet your maker if there's anything like that? Mampacha there, abechapati na ewosisia another erisia to ho. Say eduma ye no fu nsan na apati na beye abanhwehwe na ya to ho. Abadi na eja ma wo echirima womma na womma abadi na eja ma won. Kede say won ke wo na nantina no chiri wenya ohwe. Ojo bibia nke bekan. If you don't remember your grandfather or your great-great-grandfather, it simply means they didn't leave you anything. If they had left you something, you still remember them. And then, abazi na area dabwa ewiase. Maybe I can woman and woman so. And na say in there, Yankupon frewa. Why baba no be senator? About Conadem. Jane home. Nafi, menu ko sabio in yeme bia. Yeah. Sikebia yesen. Ena obrebia yebo. I would want to expose this to you, for some people are unaware of the extent at which these basic things or things that they see and do that they think is not important, how much it can cost them. Now look at this. The issue of side chicks, I know I'm going to get a big fight with this one, but I am still going to do it. Now, check how much money you spend on your side chick. Now look at this. Even if you do only weekends with your side chick at a hotel, you're paying 500 cedis. The food and the drinks between you and your side chick, another 200 cedis. That is every week. Then the fuel to carry yourself around over the weekend will take you another 100 cedis. And then whatever you are going to give, gifts, go and do your hair, nails, whatever, another 300 cedis will go that weekend. And then if you look at the total for the week, that is 1,100. Now, if you do this for a year, let's check it out. Now, if you do this every month, that is 4 times. That is 4,400 cedis. 4,400 cedis. Now, if you repeat this for 5 years, that is a whopping 264,000 cedis spent on a side chick, hotel bills, and just having fun on weekends. Now my question is, can this be used for buying a plot, to start something for your 70 years and beyond? Can that be done? If you are able to save and stop side chicks for 5 years, can you build a house? Just think about it. Now, let's go to side chicks that you rent room for. Haha, very interesting. An apartment or a hotel, basic, 500 cedis. Utility bills, 300 cedis. Fuel and TNT moving around from yourself's place to the girl's place, because you have rented a place for her, so virtually every day you'll be going there. That's another 500 cedis per month. And then also chop money for the girl. You need to take care of her recharge card, take care of her hair, take care of her clothes, take care of her nails, her shoes, her bags. Kwata kwata, if you don't spend, you spend another 1,000. That is even on the low side. When you put it all together, you are talking about just 2,300 cedis per for the month. 2,300 cedis per for the month. Now let's look at it. If it becomes a year is times 3. That is 72,600. Now times 5 years, it is 138,000. Can that be used for something else? Mama can you say side chick baby can we bibia, I mean that's what you we can be a echo. Okada hotel what you every weekend be a echo. Say dama to 5 years. Sika essay what them, I mean any one yet 264,000 cedis. And canon or ye 2 billion. And I say I rented an aman. And ekasra na koba the enyin tinta miss manye wo year etsi answer crowd 5 years and 138,000. And maybe saying there dem sike wan kasa nyimu ho ina enyim ekawa ebo besia no ho ina enyim ekawa erebo wo dem adventure na won mun. So you know how much you're spending. I just want you to see how much you are making if this money was not going that way. Just imagine how much money you would have kept. Now, Mama Became Wanyamoko. Nanso, I'll say it. I know what I'm going to say, you're going to fight me, but I'll still get ahead and say it. Let me quickly run because my time is very, very short. Now, eating. I am talking about, I'm not saying don't eat. No, everybody needs to eat. But just check my calculations for if you take one meal at a restaurant each day for 5 years. Let's look at how much money you spent. Now, I am doing this just to let people see that you can find ways to cut down your expenditure. Now, if you are buying food from whatever restaurant, and this is just 25 cedis. 25 cedis every day. It's nothing much. 25 cedis for a meal. It's nothing much. But look at it. If it is 25 cedis a day, in a week it's 175 cedis. In a month it's 9,100. In 5 years, it is 45,000. So if you can save a little of what you spend on buying food from the restaurants, if you can save a little from what you buy from restaurants, you can save yourself another 45,000 cedis spent in just buying meals from the restaurant. Now, look at this. You know how much you spend when you go to the restaurant, and this is just on the lower side. Now, let's look at this. If you take a bottle beer a day, if you take a bottle beer a day, in a week, in a year, you have spent 2,190 cedis only on beer. In 5 years, that is 10,950 cedis. Can that money do something? Now, others will say, oh, me, I don't take beer, I take shots. Let's look at that one too. If you take 2 shots and each shot is 1 cedi, for 5 years, you would have spent 10,000 cedis taking shots, 2 shots every day. 10,000 cedis in 5 years. And I'm sure 10,000 cedis in 5 years can still do something different. So people are complaining there's no money, but these are the things most people spend their monies on. These are the things most people spend their monies on. Check this one too. Now, that is the side for your drinking cost. Now for the women, somebody will think I'm just bashing the guys. No, I'm not bashing the guys. I'm just trying to just create an awareness, make you see what actually happens. For the women who fix their hair, Brazilian hair, I would want to thank Lady Yvonne at Kumasi for helping me with the calculations. I'll also not forget Francisca, who is in Tichy, for also helping me with some of these calculations, because I actually didn't know. I didn't know that it was up to this much, you know. So Brazilian hair, 500 to 1,000 cedis, 500 cedis, and then probably the one who fix your hair will take about 100 cedis. So if you are doing this each month, you are changing your hair each month, by 5 years you would have spent 36,000 cedis doing your hair. Yes, 36,000 cedis doing your hair. Now, if you're not using Brazilian hair, you're using ordinary hair, the 12 CD one. The 12 CD one. It simply means that after 5 years, you would have spent a whooping 10,800 cedis just doing your hair. Think about this, because age 65 is waiting for you, and age 65 will have no mercy for you. Great. Makeup. I won't mention any brand, because Yvonne mentioned a brand, but I will not put that brand up, because then I'll be advertising for that brand. I will not do it. It's 150 cedis for a very good one. Now, if you don't do it yourself and you go to a salon, you know it comes with an extra cost. Now, and to cost you between 30 and 50 cedis per visit. So, if you do it every month, that is 50,000, 50 cedis times 52 weeks. That is 2,600. Times 5 years is 13,000. 5 years painting your face. 13,000. Your nails. Your nails, if you do it every 2 weeks and you are paying 40 to 80 cedis, in a year it is 2,080, but in 5 years it is 10,400 cedis. That is how much you do for your plastic nails. Clothing and bags that women do, putting it all together, if you are buying normal 350 dress and you are doing it even once every month, that is 4,200 the whole year. So by the time you put it all together, you would have spent another 12,900 cedis just on clothes, bags, and shoes. And this is on the lower side, the very, very lower side. So putting it all together, your bag, your clothes, and your shoes would have cost you 18,000 cedis in 5 years. And that is on the very, very low side. I am afraid to talk about jewelry. Yes, I am afraid to talk about jewelry. So we just add it to it. Anything you see shine, shine, anything you see blink, blink, the money you spend, put them together yourself, the 5 years, and see how much you spend. If you would want to spend this much, then you would have to find a way to generate multiple streams of income. Or a kwana hrowa sikaba unsem sepede ebo bradam epede inya. I mean, this freedom to be able to spend all this money, then you should have multiple streams of income. But if you have only one stream of income, then what you are doing is shooting yourself on the wrong feet. Because eventually, when you hit 65, 70, you lack. You will lack. And it is not a surprise that most people retire and they are broke. My papa saying there, say pede bodem break na etum edidam sika nyina ede hye wo na waso feel eye shepe na e feel good a. Oche there on sede eye adwuma kor. Or ede ehwehwe akwana horowa edi benye dem sika na eti bi beye business na enforso na ebenyan za bodem break. Awu bia eye business a enya enforso a ede bodem break. But our way to macro edu sika nyan edi yedeme edi bodam brey kai 865 edana obaba. If you are somebody who is invested and using your profits from your business to live this sort of life and even more, you have no case. But if you have only one source of income and you are living this kind of life, remember 865 will come hitting you so hard, and you are surely going to regret if you don't create multiple sources of income. I'll pause for this one, but next week when I come, I'm going to show you how you're going to use part of your time and save part of this money to create wealth for yourself later in your life. Great, I'm sure you are enjoying it, and I'm sure you've learned something new. Now let's get to